Okay, we've got our top three finishers from today's second Supersport race here at Virginia International Raceway. Our winner for the second time in 2 days, Matthew Skoltz. Second place, PJ Jacobson, and third place, Blake Davis. We'll get started with Blake. Seventh podium of the year, coming off 2 wins at Laguna. I know this is your home race, but I think maybe you moved to California and didn't even know it.
Yeah, I've always kind of struggled here in the past. Before I was on a Twins Cup bike, and then before that a Junior Cup bike, so don't really have much big bike experience here, and I always just struggle here. From that, really, I was disappointed yesterday to be off the podium. I got bumped on the first lap and really didn't appreciate it. I felt like, it's a whole nother story, but shouldn't get into that. I just, put my head down yesterday and couldn't do what I needed to do. Today I was a lot better. Felt like I could do 26s a little bit easier, but just PJ ran an amazing race, and he beat me.
You brought so many people here. Did you have to pay for any of those tickets?
No. The team's been amazing for us. Helped us out with a few of the tickets, and just everyone that came out. It's amazing to have my home crowd here. I live, about an hour up the road, so all my friends and family made it out, and it's just amazing to have everybody watch me here race.
I kept thinking my phone was going to ring all week with you wanting more tickets, but it didn't.
Yeah, we tried.
All right, thank you and congrats. Second place today, PJ Jacobson. He was second yesterday, second today, 11th podium of the year. It looked like, the sea parted in the first turn and you were able to go, and it looked like you put your head down and were like, okay, this is an opportunity for you to make a break, but they caught back up.
Yeah, it was very difficult. Hard race. So I had a really great race with Blake. It was good. Those last 5-6 laps. He rode really good, and we were going back and forth, which was a pretty fun race. It was great. But to get second was good. To come out with second, we just didn't really have it today. So I don't know. We're kind of struggling a little bit, trying to find some things to just get improvement on some grip, because that's what we're struggling with. So maybe when we go to Mid-Ohio with the new surface, we'll have a little bit more grip to move forward, just because to do the consistent lap times seems to be the problem of doing, 26.5 or 4 consistently instead of jumping back up to 8 or 9s or 7 zeros. So, we just got to do some work, but, not give up and keep trying. So I just want to thank the whole team and XPEL, our sponsor, Roll or Die, and Elf Lubricants. They've done an amazing job to put this whole program together. So really happy to be riding for this team, and just got to keep chipping away.
All right, thank you. Winner today, Matthew Skoltz, also our winner yesterday. Hits his 6th win of the year, new lap record, pole position, 2 race wins, championship points lead. You can't get much better.
Yeah, really positive weekend. Laguna Seca just wasn't a very good weekend for me. We realized that we figured there was like 1 or 2 things with the bike that might have hindered that, but overall most of the tracks that we've gone to, I felt like I've been the quickest guy, and just that track, I just didn't have it, so the 2 weeks off, I was kind of, doubting myself, doubting my program, doubting just everything really, but, I learned that you have to trust the process, carried on my training, the way that I've been going about things, and came back here a little bit mad in the Friday practice, and just right off the bat, I was just angry riding, and I think that somehow that actually helped me here. I wasn't overcharging, but I was definitely more loose here than I have been at previous tracks, and overall, I've always been pretty solid here. Even on the Superbike, on the Westby deal, we were always closer to the front here than we were at most of the other tracks. But overall, it feels really good to get the championship lead. I know that this track should be the R9. It should be good for the R9, sorry. There's a lot of backwards and forwards. Obviously quite a lot bigger than most of the other guys riding up at the front. I've got at least 20, 30 pounds on them. So I've got to use my muscles and my size a little bit more, I guess. But overall, we made a pretty significant change on the bike coming into Sunday morning, this morning's warm-up. And I felt that I would be able to go quicker than I did during yesterday's race, and that is pretty much what happened now. I thought I was going to pass Blake into the first corner and have a carbon copy of yesterday's race, but he wasn't giving it up. He's young, he's got that fire And yeah, PJ passed me, but I knew that I just had to be calm and just wait, because I think on a single lap pace, these guys are pretty similar, but I know that overall consistency-wise, I seem to have it a little bit more. So I just knew that I had to bide my time, look for the right moments. PJ was, defending corner 1 well. Blake always breaks late, so when I went into corner 4, it was a little bit sketchy, but I had to get him back once, so that was good. But overall, really happy for this track racing team. And just one more thing, just whenever I have a good race, PJ figures something out, and he's always second, so I just never get a lot of points, so I think it's going to go right down to the last race again. It's never like, whenever I have a bad race, PJ doesn't really have a good race. Whenever I do well, he does well, so we just always seem to end up pretty similar. But yeah, I'm just looking forward for the rest of the season, keeping this battle going, hopefully keep Blake back there, PJ back, and just bring this thing home.
Will Mid-Ohio be a good track for the bike?
I believe so. On the R6, I was really strong there. Again, it's a lot of time on the side of the tire, a lot of flip-flops, backwards and forwards, and those have always been tracks that have been good for me. PJ smoked me in the first race last year. In the second race, I came from pretty far back to win. Blake struggled a little bit there last year, so looking at last year, I should do well, but you never know. The R9 is a completely different bike, and we're going into these tracks and figuring out gearing and setup and everything on this motorbike. So I guess we'll see on Friday practice, but I think it will be strong for us again.
Okay, congratulations. Any questions?
I just have one for Matthew. Matthew, so I can't remember if I've asked you this before, but you were on a team for a long time with just you as the rider. You got Blake as your teammate now, and he's very capable as well in his one races. So does it help you to have a rider of Blake's stature?
No. I think that's the number one rule of racing and having a teammate is that you have to beat your teammate. A team isn't going to bin both of the riders; they're only going to bin one of them. So you always want to be the quickest. But he's been a pretty cool teammate. When he's beat me, he doesn't gloat and try to rub it in my face. And when I beat him, we ask each other questions and help out a little bit on the setup. He looks at my data, I sometimes look at his, so I think it overall helps the team. I think more so that obviously with the R9 being a brand new motorbike, he tries something and I try something else. So we can kind of get to the final point a little bit faster because, I think it was maybe the third or fourth round of the season, they tried a different cup and we were like, why would you go that way? And it actually worked out. And we were completely wrong and he was right, so it just works out sometimes. But yeah, I can't let a guy who's just come into the class beat me. I'm the veteran, but I'm on the backside of my career. He's on the front side, and the paths are going to cross sometime, somewhere. Hopefully not soon. But yeah, I'll be very happy to see Blake win some championships in the future, just not right now.
Hey, I'm coming hopefully soon, right?
So Blake's probably too young for this, but who came up with the Gilligan's Island hats, the little bucket
Yeah,
hats?
I know Gilligan's Island.
There you go.
Yeah, I told Jessica Strag that I like wearing bucket hats. Because South African sun's pretty hot. My ears get burnt a little bit, so I just love wearing bucket hats. And I mentioned something, and they bought them out for this race, and I think they look sick, man.
Yeah, I think it helped me relax a little bit, loosen up on grid.
What are those, like Prada glasses on the grid or something?
Yeah, you like them? You like them?
They were definitely fancy, man.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, guys, thank you. Okay, we've got two of our top three finishers in today's Superbike race here at Virginia International Raceway, a thrilling race that it was. Bobby Fong has a flight to make, so he had to depart. I think he rode like he had an early flight, right? So he had to finish and leave. The race for second was incredible, and it featured you two guys. We'll get started with Richie. Richie, third place. It's your second podium, but this one has to feel like the best one. Am I right?
Yes, for sure. I'm really happy, honestly. We started the weekend with big problems with the bike. I feel really good on the exit, especially we are spinning a lot. But I think everybody on the track is spinning a lot. But yeah, step by step, I feel better and better with the bike. And then finally this morning, I find something in the electronics between the rear grip, and I think for sure work in the race. One of my best starts. I think in this category, the Superbike class is really important. So then when I saw Herring crash, the group is together again. So I say, okay, maybe it's possible to battle for the podium. And then I have a big, insane battle with VIR, Gagne, all the time Sean is in the front. And yeah, it's in the maybe 6 laps to go. I know my race pace in the end always is good. So finally I'm close to the front, and yeah, in the end I feel really good with the bike, and I make some passes in Tron 10, 9, I think. No, 10, yes. And yeah, I'm really happy to finish on the podium, especially now we have rivals in the past, in 2020 and 21, now more like teammates, I think both are good friends. So I'm really happy with the Team Hammer, Vision, William for Extra Suzuki finish on the podium. Finally, I think the potential and all the package, when everything works correctly, is possible to battle for these races. And yeah, I'm super happy, and yeah.
Where you made the move, the pass, you were setting that up a couple of laps before. You get an incredible drive, and then you're able to. Was there any sort of worry that it was too close and it's your teammate, or no?
Honestly, yes, for sure. I'm trying to attack every lap, maybe 5 laps to go, and then Sean closed the door all the time, like in Tron 4, in Tron 7, in Tron 10. Like, I say, come on, too much. But you know, it's racing, you need to defend the position, and then I know he always open a little bit on Tron 10. I say maybe it's the moment, especially on the last lap, and yeah, I'm happy to finish third, and yeah, let's keep moving forward for the next race.
Did you know that you couldn't save it and maybe draft at the finish? Was that not a good possibility, or no?
No, honestly, the only Tron I feel a little bit maybe behind is the last corner. I have some moments. Yeah, so I say, okay, Tron 10 is the Tron, or finish third, not try to pass, but yeah, happy to.
Well, congratulations. That's
Thank
the
you.
best we've seen you ride.
Thank you.
Second place today, Sean Dylan Kelly. It's his first podium of the year. You've had horrible luck and horrible things happen to you, but we always felt like this was going to come. It's a lot later, obviously, than what we thought it would be, and it's probably the same for you. How important was it for you today to do what you did?
Yeah, it was insanely important. Like you said, I think it's been coming since, seriously, since the first race weekend. You look at Atlanta, and I finished 4th, a few tenths from the podium, and it took 6 race weekends, or I don't know how many we're at now, and a lot of close moments, a lot of good battles, a lot of good speed, but it just wasn't going, and a lot of frustrating moments, probably the most I've ever had in racing, but always managed to keep my head down and keep focused. Yesterday was extremely close too, finishing 4th again, a couple tenths off, and I really just knew that what was holding me back big time, at least yesterday, was my start. And same way Richie said that he had the best start of his Superbike career, I definitely had the best start for myself, and I actually got into the first corner in 3rd, which is amazing. It's still losing a place, but it's not losing 4 or 5, which is kind of the average lately. So really excited, really just super happy that I was able to manage what I did. Once I saw that Bobby and Herrin Herrin went down, I try to keep up with try to keep up with Bobby's pace, even though I knew he was on another level, but I wanted to use him a little bit as a carrot in front of me, but also not going overboard, because I said, okay, man, I'm in P2. I pretty much I want to carry this as long as I can, and pretty much knew that, like yesterday, I was on the bad side. I was the one behind someone blocking a lot. So now I'm like, okay, now I'm the one in front, so let me block a lot. And I really did feel that, the pace, I really don't think the pace was all that amazing, but I knew that it wasn't that easy to pass me. And with 5 laps to go, I didn't know the group was that big. I honestly thought it was Bobier behind me. So with 5 laps to go, I started hearing a bike much closer, and so I just started defending, like like completely different lines everywhere. I heard a bike on my butt, like bad. And then, when I go in last corner, I go into turn 10 and I see this guy pass me. I'm like, what is Richie doing past me? I didn't know it was going to be Richie. So the first thing I thought was, okay, like, I think we got a double podium for the team, which is amazing by itself. But I also didn't want this guy to beat me, so I set up last corner really well, and definitely excited to finish in P2, finish on the podium with this guy, which we talked about at the beginning of the year. Like, if we do a double podium, that's like we're gonna celebrate. I'm gonna change my flight. We're gonna celebrate. But no, really, really happy. Finally got this podium. I really hope that this will now lead us to do more and better for the next few races. And yeah, just excited that we were finally able to turn around some good speed into a podium.
Richie, you said you found some things this morning, I think, that made the bike better. The things you found, are they going to help you going forward, like starting with Mid-Ohio? Do you start with a better setup, or they don't translate to the other tracks?
No, I think now I have better setting overall, so I'm excited to go to Ohio. It's a little bit different track, but I think the bike is much better now. Yeah.
Okay, now if you two want to say something in Spanish.
Bueno, muy contento de terminar en el podium. La verdad que fue una gran carrera. Me esperaba estar adelante, pero la verdad no pelear por el podium. Hicimos unos cambios en la moto esta mañana que di un pasito más con la electrónica, me sentí un poquito más cómodo y al final, bueno, peleé con Gagne, con Bobier, con mi compañero de equipo Sean, y bueno, al final intenté en la curva 10 pasar a Sean para terminar segundo. Me pasó en la recta, terminé tercero, así que muy contento con el equipo, Vision, William, Forestar, Suzuki, por terminar las dos Suzukis en el podium después de estar 4 años ya en este equipo. Y bueno, la verdad que contento y espero hacer una gran carrera en Ohio. Muchas gracias como siempre a todos por apoyarme y bueno, nos vemos la próxima.
Bueno, ya que estamos hablando español, obviamente muy contento. Por fin estamos en el podio, una temporada, llevamos media temporada bastante larga, creo que mostrando muchísima velocidad, pero no hemos podido juntar todo y bueno, por fin llegó el día. Ayer estuvimos muy cerca y hoy cuando me encontré en la tercera vuelta en segunda posición dije, ok, es momento de ir con mucha cabeza, ir no con tranquilidad, pero bueno, sí con cabeza para no pasarme del límite y más que nada ir en modo defensa. Ayer yo iba atrás de alguien defendiendo mucho y me di cuenta de que era bastante difícil pasar, así que fui con esta mentalidad y al final logramos no solo un podio, mi primer podio, pero también un podio con Richie, con mi compañero, doble podio para el equipo Suzuki y la verdad que increíble, así que nada, muy contento. Vamos para Ohio con más ganas que nunca y preparado para seguir trabajando. Así que nada, gracias a todos y nos vemos en la próxima.
Okay, guys, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.